Hello, everybody, and welcome to Making Art Public. I am your Public Arts Commissioner, Shonda, and today we have Lemus Frank, the world-renowned, profound, amazing, wonderful bench artist that we have here in the Coachella Valley, bestowing his beautiful artwork on our beautiful benches. Thank you so much, Mr. Frank, for being with us today. Hello, welcome.
Thank you, Shonda.
You're welcome. We want to know so badly, where did you grow up? Why did you become an artist? What's going on in your life? How is this all happening? Tell us, how did this all come about?
So with art, I started around probably when I was like 15 years old. I started, one of my friends started doing like graffiti. He started like kind of drawing, sketching out kind of graffiti sketches and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I got really interested in it, and then I tried to do it, and then from there I just kind of like got like super obsessed with it and like trying to get better at it. And then after that, I had like some classes in high school where they introduced kind of like basic art stuff, like how to mix colors and how to make the different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kept doing like, I only took 2 art classes in high school. And then from that, that's where I started getting kind of involved with the arts more, with the community. And I grew up in Coachella, so I went to CV High School.
Huh?
I lived in Coachella since I was a kid, so I grew up from first grade to high school. I was there, so I started doing art, and then after like around high school times,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to join the military, and I went to the army from like 2011 to 2015. When I was there, I didn't really make much art, but I always was kind of sketching stuff, and that's kind of mostly what I did. And then I got back and I started to go to school, and then that's when I kind of decided like, oh, this is what I really want to do and I'm really passionate about. And then I kind of, that's where I think has led me to here. But also right before I went to the army, I got an opportunity to work with Culturas, a organization in Coachella that did this big mural, this 1,000-foot mural,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to paint like a six by like 55-foot mural. They
Oh,
they let me do a design, and then I submitted it, and they accepted it. And then right before, like a month before I left to the military, I got a chance to complete it. So I think having that in my mind kind of before I went to the military, it kind of like inspired me when I got back to like continue to want to do that, because I like doing public art to me is like super fun. Like it's fun to share it and to have the art outside all the time so people could always see it, even though it's not in a gallery, so it never closes and people could always enjoy it in their own time.
well, first of all, thank you for your service. I mean, for you to be able to go and have that experience and let art really carry you through and you bring that back with you. How do you feel like your experience in the military has altered your art a little bit? Like, is your subject matter the same, or did you feel like it evolved while you were there, even though you were sketching and not really concentrating on it?
Yeah, I think for the most part, it made me kind of have like a story to tell, because before I was like, when you're 18, like what are you you don't have any you don't,
Right?
you don't have any experiences. So I think it helped me gain perspective of the world, because as soon as I left, so I went to like basic training and all that. I went to South Carolina, then I went to Virginia for, I was a mechanic. So
Hmm.
I got to go to school there in Virginia. And after Virginia, I got stationed in Germany. So I went straight to Germany, and then within 3 months of being in Germany, I got deployed to Afghanistan. So I was in Afghanistan for 6 months, and then I came back to Germany for like another 9 months maybe, and then I got stationed in Italy. So I got to be in all these places before I was. By the time I got out in 20, I was 22. Like I had lived like overseas for like probably almost 3 years. So even being there, I got a perspective of different people's lives, because you're there with people from all over the world, not just the United States, but people that have completely different backgrounds,
Mm.
different culture, different food, and just like different stories. And I think a lot of my art, a lot of times I try to reference that. I try to tell my friends stories that don't do art, but a lot of um, things that they have taught me, because I was out of most of my friends, like I was the youngest one to be there, because I joined when I was like 17, and as soon as I turned 18, I left. A lot of my friends were already like a couple years older, so um, I got to learn a lot of things from them, and I think it just gave me a story to tell, and just the perspective of leaving and then coming back and then telling those stories with my work. I think
And
that's that.
how did you come up with the concept for the bench? How did that all evolve?
Oh, so that one, I had started to read this book called Measurements, and it kind of talked about the relationship of like with math and geometry and stuff like that. And I had always kind of had a hard time with math when I was younger. And then once I went to college, it seemed a lot easier for some reason. Like I could do it. I was like, what, like, why couldn't I do it before, I think reading that book, it helped me see math in a different way, to where like I wanted to understand more of it. And I really like how like geometric things look, and like symmetry. And I always liked really vibrant colors, and I wanted to bring that to the bench. And in like my more recent work, I had kind of been working with similar kind of shapes and colors that are in the bench. So I kind of wanted to bring that to the bench.
And where is your bench located? If people want to go out and see your bench, where would they go?
So the bench is in front of the restaurant called Blue. I think it's Blue Coyote. It's right in front of outside of the restaurant. So if you like Google Blue Coyote, it'll be like there's two benches. There's another artist. Um,
Hmm.
there's I can't remember his name, but
Ernest?
no, I think it's somebody else.
Okay.
So the R's are right next to each other, and then that's where you would find them. And yeah, it's the people there from Blue Coyote were also pretty nice. I think they had let me like get water and stuff. So shout outs to them.
And how did that concept come about? Did you know as soon as you looked at the bench, like did you envision it? Like all of a sudden you were like, ah, it all came together when like mathematically, like how did that come about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I think that's kind of what happened. So I got a piece of paper, and I kind of got like the rectangle, like I saw kind of how long it was, and
Uh-huh.
then I just started doing like measuring, like you know, trying to see. I'm pretty good at Photoshop too, so I was able to put on the bench and be like, oh, like I think I could do this on the. So I just took off of that rectangle sketch
Mhm.
in Photoshop. I just cut pieces of the inside of it to put on the sides.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted it to be kind of like really like super symmetrical. So it's the same inside design to be outside of it, and all the colors to like be touching but not like overlapping. So
And
that's
if
how it came
you
up.
get a chance, if you're out there and you get a chance to go out there and safely look at your bench, at his bench, it is so graphically stimulating. Like stand there mesmerized. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us. Do you have like a social media site that we can check out and look at more of your artwork?
So on my Instagram is Lemus Lemus_Frank. That's on Instagram, and then I have a website too. It's just Lemus, same Lemus Frank.com, and then you guys could check out my art there too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We cannot wait to see more prolific art from you. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. Bye, Lemus. Have a great one. You guys